Hello and welcome back to the Sea Hag Plays Luigi's Mansion, this special for the month of October. We are doing some spooky playthrough of this fabulous game. So where we left off last time is I beat Area 1. Now Area 2 is a lot larger, so unfortunately with Area 2 I might have to break it up into a couple different sections depending. So in Area 1 here, as you can see, I guess you can't really see because it's not letting me zoom in, which is okay. Can I zoom in here? Okay, so I can only zoom in when I'm on the floor. But as you can see, we cleared all those rooms. They're only yellow and not green because we will have to go back through them. Yellow just means there's more to do. Green means they are completed, if I'm not mistaken. There will be a moment where we have to go back through and get a bunch of booze. But we'll talk about that when we get to it. So one of the good things about this game is it shows you exactly where you need to go when you get your keys. So this obviously tells me we got to open this door. And that's unlocked, but we don't really have access to anything in the basement. Just that one room, which is where the power switch is, that comes into play later. For here, though, you look around through here. Downstairs doesn't really matter, but there's this lovely little room up here. So that's where we're going to head. Ugh. Now, in this hallway, we're going to get a couple new ghosts that can spawn. There's a yellow one that throws bowling balls. There's two that go from the ceiling, one that drops bombs like that, and one that just scares us. If we get rid of them, it does not matter. They will continue to respawn. So for me personally, I usually just keep going. Unless they're right in front of me. So here's our first ghost in this next section. They are huggers, is what I'm going to call them, or grabber ghosts, grabby ghosts. What they do is they grab onto you from behind and they strangle you, so you have to kind of get off them. Hee, looks like you're running into a bit of trouble there. Maybe you need more training. There are some ghosts who'll try to grab hold of you. When that happens, try move your control stick back and forth to shake them off. It's the age-old struggle for survival, my boy. Don't lose heart, Luigi. Hey, look, it's a key. So we're going to be heading over there in a moment. Now, like I said, this level... Or this room, there isn't really much else that we can do right now here. Can't even do anything with that door. There's nothing on the ceiling. This just moves. What this room is good for is this water will actually turn into an elemental attack that we can use later. We're still a little bit off. We get fire, water, and ice. But when we get there, I will show you. Alrighty. So here is yet another type of ghost. So these are masked ghosts. Their masks make them impervious to the light. So what you have to do is you have to vacuum their masks off before you trigger them. Now, when you get rid of their dance buddy, the other one gets angry and just starts coming for you. Ah, shit. Well, I got one. It's not the one I wanted, but I got one. And that should cause our dancing couple to spawn. This is one I genuinely have no idea how it works. All I kind of know is that it does. go. I believe it has something to do with me twirling. Ooh, this is the furthest I've ever gotten one. Ah! Damn it! And I got hit with the damn shrinky shroom. That's not good. I will get them in that go. Hey, look, it's a key! So you know how I mentioned booze? Shit. Shit. So because of that, I will never be able to get that treasure ghost again. That treasure ghost is now permanently gone. Alright, so this room has a secret to it that is a little bit hard to see at first. So you can see it actually in the mirror. Unfortunately, when you look in the mirror with your Game Boy, it doesn't really show you anything. But if you look at it without it, you see the button. And now we're going to do the single dumbest thing Luigi does in this entire game. And that is, we are going to unleash some booze. So basically, we just freed a whole bunch of ghosts. Are you okay? That was them. Those were the ones who released all of the ghosts from the paintings of my gallery. Those fiends. I wondered where King Boo and his gang had gone. So they were hiding in the mansion all along. Thank you for flushing them out, Luigi. I'm tickled you found them, but perhaps it would have been better if you hadn't. Well, let every single one escape. Just a thought. Ah, well, water under the bridge. Anyway, you should probably come back to the lab for a sec. Been waiting for you, young Luigi. Your brother must have been taken by the gang of booze. Poor feller. Oh, now, you don't talk crazy. You're not going to eat the man, but what become of him, Odd that he hasn't come back. Common theory holds that booze grow in strength when they travel in numbers. They must somehow combine their powers, too. Their power likely overwhelmed your brother. If your aim is to save Mario, there's but one way to do it. Capture each boo and slowly weaken the group's power. So he basically introduces a subplot to the whole game, I would say. Because you don't technically need to catch all the boos. But it will make your life significantly easier if you do catch all the boos. Specifically because the boos themselves, they allow you to save, first off. They're an extra save. But the more boos that you capture, the better the game is for you. And as you can see, on top of my Game Boy Horror now, there's a blue light. That blue light is a boo detector. So every room I just went through originally now has a boo in it. So as you can see, it's now glowing. The boo only appears when you complete the room. So catch on every ghost, whatever, and the light comes on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys this first boo. And then I'm going to make a cut. Because I'm going to just do a run through and catch all the boos that I can before we continue on with story content. So how it works is it gives you a read on what object the boo is in, and each boo has sort of its own name. Now, the difference in boos compared to regular ghosts is that when you use a poltergust, you can't pull back. Because if you tug back, you actually move away from the boo. It doesn't increase the speed. You kind of have to maintain the aim on it. Now, why I like to do the boos ahead of time is because, and sort of as you go, is just because you do eventually have to go absolutely everywhere, and it is a slog to do it all at once at the end of the game before you face King Boo. So I'm going to make the cut right here. I'm going to get the rest of these boos, and then we will move on to the next part of the story mode, and I will meet you over there. See you in a little bit. Hello, folks, and welcome. So I caught all the boos. I'm now 8 out of 50 boos. Went 1, 2, and then the other places. So we went over to this washroom. When you're catching the boos, sometimes EGAD will give you a little pointer. So he says, go splash your face. We came in here, talked to the toad, opened the toilet, and got a key. So now we're going to head over to the fortune teller's room with a small cut, which is down at that part of the hallway. Alright, folks, and welcome. This is the fortune teller's room. I guess I don't have to say welcome every time I do a cut. So, in the fortune teller's room, there's actually this added side room. This is the room where we want, because this is where we're going to get the first of our elemental abilities. This is a bit of a tricky fight, because we're going to get these, the hugging ghosts. I can't remember what the blue means, if it's anything significant, but you want to get them using only the reflections. It's actually rather difficult. Fart. There we go. There are going to be more than one, and at one point I think 2 even spawn. Ooh. Now, the problem with these ghosts is one can actually hug you while you're trying to drain another ghost. So you do have to kind of do a little bit of ghost management, I'm going to call it. So I'm about to get hugged here, I think. Ooh, yep. But I was able to get it, flip it. Boom. Wonderful. So this gives us the first fire elemental. Boom. So now EGAD will talk to us. Hey now, Luigi, what have you found there? Let's take a look at that. Oh, it's a fire element medallion. Medal. Now you can use the fire element. Yes, sir. With that, you can catch fire elemental ghosts. What's a fire elemental ghost? Yes, why? This is the ghost of fire itself. Basically, you catch them, and using your exhale button, you can shoot fire for a limited amount.
Oh, yeah.
So, I will show you. There are these little balls there. I think this is a room where I forgot the boo too the first time. Or, sorry, not first time, last time I played the game. So now that we have access to fire, there are little things that we can start doing in rooms, like lighting all of these, which open this door. And I'm going to light all of these, because they give me a thing. There we go, we got the key. Now, what else is in this room, you might ask? Well, currently nothing. But, if we shine our light here, we get to talk to this wonderful fortune teller lady, who essentially gives us the lowdown that Mario's got some items that we can bring to her. She cannot attack us until we've done all the items. But first I want to get the items. This part is not the most obvious, and I actually had some issues with this part remembering it when I was doing my playthrough. But essentially, you talk to this butler, and he gets very grumpy. And you follow him back to that room that we just unlocked. So I did my job properly. I just cut it right to here. Because this is the room that we have to go into. He's going to go into the room beside it, but I'm going to stay here. Because this is a room that we need a story item from. And of course, we do not want the huggers. No hugging without consent. And this is a bad door. Do not open it. See, they're just a pain in the ass. There we go. Of course, there is a boo in here.
Oh yeah.
This is just money because this is kind of a filler room. And because I want to use the save, I'm going to get the Mario hat first. So this is what where that fortune teller comes in handy. Oh, shit. Well, now I have to go actually back and, I think, get the butler again.
Oh yeah.
There we go. So he's a pretty easy ghost to make appear. You literally just... He gets worried about fire, and then you follow him back and suck him up, and there is the first time that I am able to get the full charge. And you can see I just got an extra large one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Peekaboo, I see you. Alright, he gives us the extra save. And I have 11 out of 50 boos. And now I'm going to show you something fun. So there's, first off, I'll get this because I need the key. Oh look, it's a key. Keys to way the frack back there. Let's top up our fire. Get this sapphire. That's some decent monies. Now I'm going to show you guys a special spot. So mouse holes are really fun because you get to click on them. They suck you through into new rooms. So this room is a hidden treasure room. They're not all hidden treasure rooms, but this is a hidden treasure room. So there's a few ghosts that are going to spawn. This is an ice ghost. You need the fire elemental on elemental ghosts, otherwise you can't catch them. So basically I melt her frozen heart a teeny tiny bit, and I suck her up. And there's going to be a couple friends in here. I think there's 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's at least 3. There was 4.
Mario.
And I think this is just money. Yeah, money and gems and gems and money. And because we just got all those gems, we're definitely saving.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So this is a room, too, where we can just go right back into the other room. And we're going to walk over to that other new unlocked room. I will meet you there in a moment. So just a reminder which door we are at. It's that one up top. And this is the music room. This is actually a very fun boss.
Oh yeah.
You gotta tap everything and it'll play music for you.
Oh yeah. Mario.
I'm gonna avoid tapping the last one first because I'm pretty sure there's a heart I can get. Oh, maybe not. Alright. Let's hit it. And she's like, oh, what lovely musics. So then she plays, and of course it's very mean. Oh. If you say water, she's like, yay, thank you. And they have to do it all over again. So we're going to do it all over again. Let's summon her.
Oh yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the soundtrack from the water level for the original Mario platformer.
Yeah.
Alright, angry music sheets. Yeah, the moment you suck them up, she's like, she's able to be vacuumed up. Come on, come on, come on. You know, a couple stumbles there, but we got her.
Oh yeah.
Hey, look, a key.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Mario. Mario.
Ah. This is our first ghost to run to the hallway. To be fair, the only ghosts who can go between rooms are the boos. And as far as I know, they can't go up or down, they just go side to side. Alright, so here we're going to the second last, I think, boss of the area. First I'm going to suck up all this. And we're going to summon him, though we're not going to do anything about him yet. So I think we can go in here first. Ah, yes, okay. So whenever you hear that do-do-do-do-do, what it means is that there is a ghost nearby, And it is our usually a ghost mouse.
Oh yeah.
Well, I could not have screwed that one up more.
Oh yeah.
So that's 2 treasure ghosts now that I've missed. Which is frustrating, but to be fair, I rarely get them usually when I go through anyways, because I don't really care about the money at the end of the game personally. But it is frustrating now that I know where more of them are. It does get frustrating sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, when you miss them outright. So this is the water element. There's a couple water spots throughout it. And I'm going to just consume it though. Got it. So before we go deal with the bigger ghost, the eating ghost, there's 2 things I'm going to do. One, we're going to go into the back room here. There we go. There is a doggy ghost. I don't think he does anything quite yet. So now that we have the water elemental, every time we come in from the mansion, we have to water this. It gives us a special jewel at the end. So he says woof woof woof. Basically, you make him bark, 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 bark. So this is a bit of a weird ghost. Basically, you have to make the ghost, the dog, bark, 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 summons the bad ghost, shows us the dog's heart, and then we suck the doggy up. Now we were very much not finished the other room, and this part under here, take a photo of it and it takes us basically to the next boss area. So I'm going to go over and get the eating ghost first before we move on, because he is part of this level. It's just a little bit of a weird fight. Alright, so first we need to make him seen again. And the reason why I'm doing this is because this will directly interfere with us sucking up the ghosts we need to. Because it is very possible that we will just start sucking up the tablecloth instead. So basically how you make this guy angry is you suck up the food, which then triggers these little scary ghosts to feed him. They're like, oh god, I cannot believe you're doing this. And then we have to suck them up so that now he can't get a refill. And then we upset him by, you know, taking all of his food. It's really not the nicest thing. If he wants to spend his afterlife eating food, he is more than welcome to. But it really pisses him off. Then basically you have to run back and forth and back and forth and back and forth while he horks these fiery loogies at you until he gets too tired to hork loogies. I choose a figure 8 pattern to get past him. Ah, I screwed that up. So now I've officially prevented myself from being able to actually complete this boss the way I should in one go, because I have now screwed up sucking him up once. So there's no way I don't think I can get a perfect score here. Well, now I can't anyways, because he managed to break away. This one is a little bit more difficult because there is the table in the way, so that makes this one actually quite hard to 100% because you are it's easy to run into the table and kind of get screwed over distance-wise. Or like the first time I actually got a hold of him, he ran me into the corner like he just did, which then puts way too much distance between myself and the ghost, and therefore snapping the ghost. So this ghost is actually very difficult, just because of the layout of the room, to get it perfect. And we're not going for a perfect run, we're just going for a good run here. So, like I said, this one's going to be easier to loot. Like, anything in that... anything in that room is a lot easier to lose. And I don't know what it is about the hallways, but the hallways, it's just really impossible to get the friggin' boo consistent... see what I mean? Do you see what I mean here? This stupid tablecloth, it gets in your way. Like, this room is one of the hardest ones to get anything frickin' good. But that's okay. Yeah, see, in the hallway, for whatever reason, it just doesn't latch onto the boo nearly as well as in the other, like in the rooms. I don't know what it is about the hallway that is so... makes the boo so much stronger. Because really, the boo shouldn't even be, like, shouldn't even exist anymore. I don't even know where the boo fucking went.
Oh yeah.
Alright, and here we go back into the boss area. This episode's definitely giving me my editing skills a little bit of a run for their money, but I am okay with it.
Oh yeah.
So now we glow. Because, you know, the first thing you're going to do when you see a glowing tombstone is walk right over to it and touch it. So this is a bit of an odd boss fight. Basically, he spawns a bunch of shadow versions of himself, which you have to suck up in a ball and spit at him before you can even attempt to suck himself up. The goal here is to do it as minimal as possible because the lower his health is, the more quickly they spawn. So you really want to make your attacks really count here. The cool thing is his non-shadow version is like creates a big long shadow, so he's easy to see. Fuck. And sort of the trick is to make fuck. You want to kind of make some disappear, because the moment they get sucked into balls, they kind of... There we go. Fine. And see, they do attack you, so it's not good. Now, so far I haven't taken any damage, which is good in general. So it is, okay, I cannot take any more hits if I want gold. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. We're already off to not a good start! There we go. That should give me gold for this one, and that takes us to the end of this chapter. I'm going to get the key to the next area. And then we will move on from there. Of course, here we head on back to the lab, because Egad is concerned. Here we go. Unfortunately, we do have to kind of watch it every time. No, you don't have to watch... no, we do have to watch every single one go in. So it gives you an idea of just actually how big this level was. Because there was a lot of ghosts in this area, and this isn't even the longest area. Area 3 and 4, I think I'm most likely going to have to break them up into 2 sections each. Either that or just post them all in one and say screw it. So here we are. We're going to take a look at the ghosts we've caught in this area. There's a gold. There's a gold. There's a gold. There's a gold. So we did pretty well for most of them, actually. We're already up at 21 million G's, whatever that is. So that's very good for us. That's pretty significant, actually, going into the last area. Okay, so that's going to end, excuse my yawn, this episode of SHP Plays Luigi's Mansion. Thank you for tuning in to episode 2. Join me next time where we start into the next episode, and I will have hopefully decided by then whether or not I'm doing it in 1 or 2 parts. But thank you for tuning in, and as always, have a lovely day and have a very